So with this healthcare bill, states have two options. They can either run the healthcare system by themselves, or they can let the government run it for them. Now, in the state of Ohio, which I reside in, the state of Ohio decided to give the powers up to the government to control the healthcare system. While this seems like a good idea, one of the problems that we have, and I don't want to get into the political, nonsense and stuff of the bill or whatever. You can have your personal opinion. I don't want to get into that. What I want to talk about is just how it affected me. Last year, I worked for my school district for 3 months, and I did computer and IT stuff, basically the hard labor stuff, but it was an enjoyable job. I ended up working like 36 to 39 hours, usually on average, depending on how long of lunch we took, and depending on whether there was work or not for me to do during the day. And this year, there is a new state requirement that comes from the healthcare bill that the school district would have to give me health insurance if I was to work over 28 hours. Well, obviously, I'm 17 years old, and my coworkers are all 17, 18, and one's 19 now, because we had to hire, we had to hire people, and so the question is, how does this work? Like, I understand, like, if you're over like 23, 24, right, and you're not in college anymore, then I think people should be able to have health insurance. I don't want to get too much into this, but the question then becomes, people that are like under. I know people that work, from 16, we all know 14-year-olds and stuff do paper routes and stuff, but like 16 years old is usually the average age for starting a job. I was 16 last year when I started my job. And, I'm 17 this year. And the question is like, we don't need health insurance. Like, teenagers don't need it. Their parents cover it for them, right? And it'd be nonsense for the school to provide health insurance to me, right? Because my parents cover me. So basically, I always hear all these people being like, well, man, all these teenagers, they don't want to work anymore. This is just lazy environment. None of these kids want to do anything. And I kind of feel like it personally, like, is attacking me, because I hear people say this all the time. It's like, well, man, here I got, me, and I won't name the names of my 3 other coworkers, and we're all hard workers, wanting to work the maximum amount of hours possible so we can save money up for college, because college rates are going up like crazy. Man, none of us can afford that. And now we have the government saying, well, you can't work. You would think, I think what the bill is, 2,000 pages, you'd think they'd put an exemption in saying, well, anyone under the age of 20 or 22 is, doesn't apply to this, because I don't need health insurance. Most kids in college don't need health insurance. They're still on their family plan. I believe the healthcare bill put it up to, you can stay on your parents' thing till you're at age 26, right? So what's the point? Like, why is the government prohibiting me from working over 28 hours? And they're not going to waste all that money. People know how expensive healthcare is. It's like $800 a month, I think, minimum, right? It's like crazy prices. And so the school's not going to pay that, to pay me. Like, I wouldn't even ask them to do that. Like, there should be a way. Like, if you're working at Kroger's or whatever, or Walmart, or wherever you want to work, a mom and pop store, you should be able to work up to your 40-hour limit if you're, between 16 and, 20 or whatever, without having to be given health insurance. We don't need it, and we're trying to be a benefit to society. We're trying to work. We're trying to save up for college, save up, and learn how to make our own money, learn how to hold a job and to work as, a citizen in this, global and, national economy, and help the whole system. You don't see me complaining because last year I gave 3 hours to, my local community in tax money. You don't see me complaining because I gave over $40 to my, Medicare and Medicaid, or my state government. I don't care, because, that's like, well, man, I gotta work, I got extra money from this, I'm giving the money to the state, or to whatever, taxes I have to pay, and it doesn't bother me. But when you're limiting how much I can work, what I mean? I get the 40-hour limit, if you work over 40 hours, they have to pay you. But is it right that you tell me, a kid who wants to work, while other people are saying, oh, these kids don't want to work today, that a kid who wants to work, who wants to get the experience, so when he goes to college, he can get out of college and get a great job, and be a benefit to society, and make the world a better place, you're going to sit in front of me and tell me I can't work more than 28 hours? It just really gets to me, because why should the government tell me I can't work more than 28 hours without getting health insurance when I don't need it? And this isn't a thing like, oh, it'd be different if I was, over 24, 25, when, you might have a family, or you might need health insurance for yourself because you become a burden to society if you don't. This is the thing that my parents have health insurance. I don't need it. Let me work more than 28 hours. So this is a wake-up call to the state of Ohio. Get your stuff together, and to the federal government, put an exemption in for this bill. You have this 2,000-page bill. One line of text that says, Anyone between the ages of 16 and 22 is exempt from this law. It wouldn't be that hard. That's all I'm asking. I just want to jump in here real quick and add to this video. I just was reading over my notes and wanted to add this in. The bill that would prohibit you from working over 28 hours is actually a part of that. The requirement was you had to have 50 or more employees. So to a mom and pop store, this is not going to affect you. This is going to affect like the school, employs like 2,000 people. Kroger's employs obviously over 50 people. Walmart employs over 50 people. Larger businesses that hire kids 16 to 22. That's what I'm referring to, not to mom and pop stores that are already exempt from this law. Thanks for watching.